And here we go. Monday. Gosh, it's cold. This is January 30th. The weather is going to be bad outside. I keep hearing the song by Dean Martin in my head, baby, it's cold outside. But uh, Wade Cruz, Ball Cap Bible Study, pastor for senior adults, Quail Springs Baptist Church. If you're somebody who receives this because someone forwarded it to you or wanted you to join in with us, that's great. We send this out every Monday morning, typically. Sometimes we're a little bit late, but this one will be one of the shortest ones we've had in a while. We just finished up that doctrine of humbling, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. Uh, Leave me some comments, some feedback. I get a few thumbs up. About 100 people a week watch this. I think we send it out to more, so hopefully that'll grow. I know some people, hit delete when they get the email, and that's okay. This is just something extra if somebody wants to look at it. So I also send out a bunch of these on text to people, the link, just so you know the link is hidden, so you can't really search on it. And that's so some outside folks, don't try to troll us like they say. So anyway, with that, let's get going. And like I said, it's going to be very short, very brief. The weather's so bad that they've postponed the advanced conference, used to be called the Evangelism Conference, which happens at Quail Springs Baptist Church this year. So won't be doing that today and tomorrow. We'll let you know when that comes up. As we wrap up the doctrine of humbling, we're going to move into the Sermon on the Mount. Many folks know about it, but they don't know all about it. So the thing that I would say is Jesus is coming always from the position of truth, but in this case, truth, he's flipping the script, so to speak. This is, where you hear Jesus say things like, "You have heard, but I say," and even it starts off. We did the whole series on the Beatitudes and then the fruit of the Spirit, parallel with the Beatitudes and that kind of thing. But think about this: Jesus starts off with the Beatitudes. He starts off the greatest sermon ever preached, obviously, because he's the greatest guy that ever walked the earth. But it's just so it's Matthew chapters 5, 6, and 7. A lot of people don't realize it's that long. It's 3 chapters. But he starts off with the Beatitudes, just right out of the chute. Blessed are the poor in spirit. Wow, what an uplifting message. But the point is, all the things that we think are great, all the things that we think impress people are not even really the way God wants us to live. We talked about, humility, humbleness, that's the thing. In the Sermon on the Mount are all of the opposites. It's don't pray so that people can hear you and think, wow, what a good prayer that person is. Go in your closet and pray in secret. I mean, because we hear, public prayer and all this stuff, and we go to the Supreme Court over being able to pray in public, and Jesus said, don't even do that. It's a personal relationship, a private time with your Father. Now, there's nothing wrong with corporate prayer. There's nothing wrong with public prayer, that kind of thing. But it's the Sermon on the Mount is all about your motivation. Why are you praying? Are you praying to be heard? When you're praying, do you think, "Ooh, I wonder, I messed that up. I wonder if they heard me." What? That's not the deal. So the Sermon on the Mount is all about being different than the world. So won't get into it. I want to keep this brief, but with that, Rachel and I were talking the other day about why the church seems to be receding a little bit and or a lot of it. But some of you that were at the leadership meeting last night heard me say this, but really, I just really feel like we try to be what people act like they want. The church tries to be a country club. Now, I'm not talking about my church or Quail Springs Baptist Church in particular, But the church, the global concept of church, we try to be, Starbucks. Well, there's already better Starbucks out there. We try to be a gym, GYM. Well, there's already a bunch of, Gold's. I just joined Gold's Gym, the Lifetime Fitness, 24, hour fitness, anytime fitness, whatever. Um, we try to be a restaurant and do, serve really good food products. Well, look around. There's a few restaurants already out there that do it better. Uh, the problem is we're not different. We don't try to be what we're supposed to be. Um, the here's my take. I like food metaphors. When you go into like a Chinese buffet, and everything looks the same thing. Well, it can have that Asian food or that Asian food or that Asian food or that, you know, here's the thing. What if you walked into some banquet or festival and think about this? What if you just saw casserole after casserole after casserole after casserole? I mean, when we try to be like the world, when we try to be what the world claims is attractive, the coffee shop or whatever, we're not anything different. We're not giving them a real option, right? We're just trying to be like everything else. We're trying to be a bunch of things that are already exist, and that's not even what we're supposed to be. So that's what the Sermon on the Mount is about. You walk into that buffet, and it's just casserole after casserole after casserole after casserole. Why would they need to pick us? Why would we look more attractive than anything else? But if they see casserole after casserole after casserole, my cat just knocked over the lamp. Oh well, we're just gonna go with this. If you see casserole after casserole after casserole, and then you look over and see this beautiful chunk of prime rib at the carving station, wow, people are gonna flock to that because that's a much better and a much different option. And that's what the church needs to be. We don't need to look like the world. We need to look like the house of God. We need to look like people that love the Lord and are different. So anyway, that's it. Short and sweet today. So announcements. Leisure Live Wires is coming up on the 14th, February 14th, with the Bowler Jacks, and they are awesome. I know I've said that one before. Let's see, Pray for the Nation coming up on the third Tuesday of this month of February. We're almost in February. Today's the 30th of January. I'm trying to think what other announcements are out there. Just keep on praying. I know I've got some other announcements and I can't remember what they are. But Leisure Live Wires and Pray for the Nation are probably our two bigger ones. If many of you know that we have adopted the Hefner Police Division, and we're working with them on a relaxation room, a break room, if you will. And if you want to be a part of that, get a hold of Sharon Willis, and she'll give you some information and let you know what you can do to help there. So, all right, well, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to put my office back together. And that was funny. And so I love you guys, and I will see you next week.